I suppose maybe an art course, maybe there's more for you to learn, I don't know, I suppose there must be. But it's actually to get more of your work, and it's to get to, it's some commercial thing somewhere where they will use it so that you're earning a living, but you can still do your own artwork. Maybe, you know, from there, they come to you. That would be nice. You get commission then. That would be superb. Well, once you've done that, especially with a computer, if you start advertising it on there, that you can do that work for any kind of advertisement or anything, then that goes around the world, so people will come back to you. I think that's brilliant enough. So I would certainly go down that road, and then, as I say, later on, you've probably got to get one or two other things underway, I imagine. But you've got to get back up. I can see two things in here. You'll have to work the other out, because it's not something that's so creative as being easier to do, financially great, it's all right, and it goes from there. So I have to try and think what can that be. So if maybe you can, at the moment, you can sidestep some kind of course of training or diploma you're supposed to get, and get straight into doing some work, because you may be able to find that anyway. But it looks here as if you were, or should be, getting a degree in art that takes you further forward, because that will stretch you, because they'll give you, quite awful thought really, but they'll be giving you work to do which you've got to go away and do it, and it does your head in. So it stretches you, and that would be good. That would be superb. I think you'll be very happy, because you'll be coming across people of like mind as well, and they'll be really brilliant, and you'll be able to then monitor where your work's going, because no artist ever stays the same. The work changes as you change. You can even change with the seasons of the year, or whatever country you're in, or whatever people you meet. It all has an effect on you. But if you are picking up some of your feelings from what goes on outside or what you hear, then that'd be quite interesting, because it means you're tuning in more and more. So your artwork could. It could, and I think it already is different from everybody else's. So I think it could go places. It really could. I mean, there are some very clever people out there, but you know, everyone's always looking for something new. Now, how psychic are you?
How psychic am I?
No, I'm psychic. I suppose if you're psychic, you'd be winning the lottery, wouldn't you? Really?
I wouldn't be able to say.
It means going on your hunches. It means suddenly you're going somewhere and you think, no, no. Computer says no. I'm not going there. Change my mind. Everyone will say to you, well, why? I thought we wanted to go there, and you say no. Why? And you say, well, yeah, well, I haven't got time now. I'll take tomorrow or something. But it's a feeling, so you can't always say why. You want to do something. It's strange, but then you find out you're absolutely right. You know, it was a complete flop, and you've saved yourself a lot of time, effort, money, everything. And everybody says, "Oh, I wish we'd listened to you," but you have got that in you as well, so that can be quite handy. Right. I see you doing two things. I see you working for. There may be a little bit of bread and butter money in here, which may come from perhaps using working with a computer and that. Fairly reasonably interesting though, because of the place you're in. So there's something there, a bit of bread and butter work comes in handy. Doing your artwork, which I think is one of your big things. I think it really could be. I think you need a degree in art, and I think you can do it. I don't know if it's too late, but it certainly would be an asset. You would enjoy it, because basically of meeting up with other people like you. One or two probably you'll think are better than you, but they'll stretch you, because you don't like people being better than you. And you're not really that passive. We're tired this morning, that's why. So I've got you at a good time. But you'd do so well. You'd be absolute magic. And I honestly do believe you could extremely well. And later in your life, it is not. I don't mean when you're about 90 or something, but you will have a nice home. You'll find that at the moment, if somebody said to you, "Can you help me decorate?" you'd probably do a runner. But they don't want to do that. But if it's for you, you have some lovely ideas, so you enjoy, and then you'll do it. You'll have your own place, and you'll be decorated. You'll be very pleased with it. You will work for an organisation, and you will get commission work as well. And it depends how you use this talent now, because you certainly won't fit in with any old, old place. I know you're good with people. You can be good with people. I'm not sure about animals. I think you like animals. They're not sort of your bread and butter, or whatever you like. I mean, don't really like eating them, but you're not. They're not really your thing, you see. They're kind to them. I mean, you won't be cruel to them. But it does seem to me that art, music, all of that is important. That the right, at the moment, the driving, the car, that's important. And where you like to be up there. That's the sound is going to be down here soon, doesn't it, really? There's no room here. But, flying. So I don't think you're into mechanical things that much, so I don't think you want to be a pilot. You ever crossed your mind?
It's crossed my mind a couple of times.
That's right. Well, that takes the same kind of sixth sense, if you're going to be a pilot, a good one. Because no matter what they say, with all the equipment and the computers and everything else, you really got to look at the papers every now and again, and all of that is worthless. Things go wrong, but they have to think on their feet. So it's quite exciting. And it really is. It's like you could say, people say, oh, this is like a bus in the air. Well, they're stupid, aren't they, really? Because it isn't like that at all. Every day can be different. The weather's always different. Things are different, and that stretches the mind. You have to have a real feel for things. So what I'm trying to say is, if you're the sort of person that actually feels things, like when you do some art, if you can actually feel it inside when you're doing it, to me, you can almost taste it. It's almost as if you're eating it. You can actually, it's there, you feel it. And if it doesn't feel right, you scrap it. It's no good. It's got to feel. It's like it has to feel. If you go and you're a good driver, you're driving, but it's not like, you feel the car. So you feel where you're going. It means you've got eyes in the back of your head, and all your senses are working. That'll save your life. If you're flying in an aeroplane, it's the same thing. You've got a job to do, yes, and you've got to be absolutely, every time you do it, everything has to be exactly right. You don't think, oh, we missed that check, oh, doesn't matter, we'll check it on the way back. We probably won't get home. And the car's the same. If you don't make sure you've checked things, forget it. You're riding on your luck then. So a different story. But you feel things, and that's quite interesting to me. Well, you could say, well, use a computer, don't feel anything there. But if you make good use of that computer, and it's something that you use, it's another thing that you're feeling it, you're getting something out of it. It's not leading you. You can't let anything mechanical lead you. You're the one that's driving it, you're using it, you're flying it, whatever it is. Now that way that you've got, eventually, it won't be that long, it will work with people as well. So you will use your intuition now, so you know then how to adapt to treat people, and that's quite an asset. Some people are, oh, that's me, that's me, oh, I can't change, that's me, I'll like me, or they don't. Well, that's great, but if you go through your life only being drawn to people who like you, you get out of a sorry state, really. You've got to be able to get on people who don't like you. But that doesn't matter, because you've got to learn to get around with the finger. And if you're really annoyed, you have to learn to go away and kick hell out of a tree or something like that. Or come and get coffee out of your mum back. But you have to be able to hide it. But you're getting there. I know that I can only say that I come across a lot of people who are very, very talented, and they wish to God they'd done a bit more with it. But I think you have, and I know a job is a job, and that's fine, because you're not a lazy person, really. You'd go and do it. But that's fine. It's okay. That's money, and we've got to have money, and that's it. So that's good. That means you'll always make sure you've got some. And that'll buy some of the things you want, or push you forward, or do whatever. So that's a good thing, there's no problem. But I think the creative side in you, that other side, is very strong. And if you don't use that at all, it means you can get bored very, very fast. And that's what I've got. But you've got also the capacity to run your own business later on as well. You have got it. You'd have someone working with you, and you'd have selected them very carefully. But you'd be all right, and because you can get on with people when you want to, anybody really, and that means that you can make a lot of nice contacts and get a lot of orders in for the business you run. Now that you could be running a fairly mundane business later on, a little business that really gets on, and also doing your artwork. But I do think that's where your talent lies, and that's what they're trying to tell me. You do run on that kind of intuition. I've got a very pretty girl here. I bet you're thinking, I wish. There's a nice girl here who's, I'm looking at her, and she's pretty well on the same wavelength as you. She actually can be quite practical at times, but yeah, she's very nice. So, I think you'll always enjoy your freedom in your life. So I don't know if I can tie you down too quick, but no, I do see some really nice possibilities there, and I see you working for yourself eventually, because I don't think otherwise. But if you were going into something which was like flying, well, that would be the other string to your bow, which you'll do for a number of years. Hard work, but I think you've got a very good memory when you want to have it, and I think you can relate to things, and you probably enjoy it. So that's really what I'm getting. I'm not turning around and saying, oh, you will do this, you will do that, you will do the other, because you go away and do the exact opposite. I know you would. So it's better for me to say, well, this is what I'm getting here, and these are the things I'm picking up, and it's up to you. Look at your work. Very exciting. And over here, there's a card that shows how psychic you are. It's there, very sensitive. Well, that doesn't mean you're some droopy lily or something. It just means that you're one up on a lot of people, because you can see through things. And that's going to save you a lot of money in your life. But it also will save your life once or twice, because there's eyes in the back of that head of yours. And also in here, I'm so pleased to know you're going to live in a haunted house one day. And then you'll be able to ask this very old elderly lady if someone could push her along in a wheelchair to come along and get rid of them for you. And that'll save you a lot of money, because I know you've got a lot. But that's what I've got. I think you'll probably be a little bit of a globetrotter later on. I think there's one or two places you'll like, including for whatever reason. There's something about Paris, I think, as well. I think you'll probably enjoy that. And then there's another place, totally different, completely different from there, that will attract your attention later on as well. But yes, I think you're one of these people that what you've got is original in you. I would hate to see anybody stamp that out. Alright? Now, if you want to ask me anything else, please do. I'll try and get an answer for you. I'll just give you one of those packs of cards that you've got on either end of your elbows.
Well, that's great, thanks.
You sure? Okay. Well, I shall still be around, so I shall know how you're getting on. in spite of the dangerous life I lead. I have this cleared. Well, I did get a little help from a friend, but it always pays to be honest, because, as I say, it comes back and gets you in the end. But yes, a house where things did move around, where the television did disappear in front of our eyes. So, I mean, these strange things do happen, and you never know when you move into a house. But yes, some fascinating things, and lovely. I read a book not long ago. Somebody, they should have been so lucky. They rented a house in Wales, which was all slate and God knows what. You know, it's very old. Went back to to the 16th century, and they found they were getting strange messages on the computer from someone who was writing in a very oldie-worldy way. And they thought, who's playing us? You know, who's kidding us? You know. And it was a chap who used to live there way back when he built it, was 16 something, and the life that he'd led, and he'd gone through another dimension with the computer. It had been, somehow it had worked, and he was giving them messages and they were giving him messages, and in the end they found, because they told him too much about what was going to happen in history, so in the other dimension he was in, he went back and warned somebody because they were going to be hanged if they didn't stop what they were doing, but that would have changed history. But he warned them, and what happened? The authorities put him in prison, and they were going to hang him, or chop his head off, which probably just hang him. And he was desperate, so they managed to pick him up. Now they've got used to getting hold of him in this other dimension, so they did. And he said, I can't do anything, I'm in prison. And they said, look, we're sorry, we shouldn't have told you the information that we gave you. And he said, well, it's too late now. He said, well, it isn't. So they looked up some history books and able to give him some more information where he could warn, get a message through to warn somebody in high up. And if they didn't, change the ways or something they were going to do, that they would, something happened to them. And the person listened, and it saved their life. So they let him out of prison. It's an amazing story, but the cottage is there, and the whole story is there, and it frightened the wits out of everybody. But things do go back and forward like this. You've had other lives before, which is a very interesting thing as well. So there are many other lives, and that has some bearing on what you will be doing. You've probably the last thing you'd ever want to do, but if some things have been different, maybe not quite so creative or anything like that, you would have done very well in the police force, because your sixth sense you've got, I think, would have uncovered an awful lot of things. You'd have got very quickly promoted.
Huh.
So there you are. All right. Thank you very much. Here we are. That's it then, if you're all right.
Yeah.
Are you right-handed or left-handed?
Right-handed.
Okay. Let's look at your hand. Oh yeah, nice lifeline. Much stronger now than you were actually. Getting stronger, physically stronger. It's good. That's very good. It problems me a little one. It's you've got here. You want to put a lot into your life. For some reason or other, you imagine it might not be a very long life. I think it can be. Nice deep line. Actually, this is quite intriguing, because you've got options in here, and if you think very carefully when you're older, you can actually preserve your life and turn it from sort of middle-aged one into a very long one. Relationships-wise, well, that's interesting, because after a while you get very, very choosy. You choose your friends carefully, you choose your partner very carefully, which unlucky for some. But then there's a very ongoing thing here, so someone for many, many years. There will be children here. I'm not sure, probably you don't really want to have children, do you really? But there does look to be a couple in there later on. These fingers are incredibly creative, there's no doubt about that, and that's a good thing. And you're very kind-hearted actually. As long as somebody doesn't cross you, if they tell you lies, and really that's it, you cannot see them in the same way, you just can't. And if you think you're a soft touch, though, then a big mistake. So there we are. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. There we go then. That's it. So here they are. What's left of my cards? Bits have been starting to drop off. That's because they've been used a lot. So we hope we've got it. We should have it on there. That's come out then.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. It hasn't to do again. Even though I've got a good memory. Okay, stop it. Thank you. Lovely. Thanks very much.